Morning. I'm the Reverend Catherine MacDonald. I'm the intentional interim minister at St. James United Church located in downtown Dartmouth. And this morning's spiritual reflection is based on a book called Thriving Churches, Rural and Urban Success Stories. It's written by the Reverend Lorraine Mackenzie Shepherd, a United Church minister who did her sabbatical research on United churches across the country that were thriving. And what she discovered was that the attributes that these churches had were the same attributes that the early church had. And so we've been having a study group here at St. James, and I'm partway through a sermon series on the spiritual attributes of thriving congregations. And so this is a little bit of a condensed version of my reflection from Sunday morning, where we focused on being joyful and contemplative. And what her research discovered, or what her research uncovered, was that thriving churches are joyful not because they don't have any challenges, but because they meet those challenges with a spirit of yes. We can tackle that. And why are thriving churches joyful? Because they're connected to the sacred. They are intentional about practices that join them to God, to something bigger than themselves, something that enables them to rejoice in the Lord always, which was our text for last Sunday from Philippians 4. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Paul's writing that from prison. He's not in a comfortable spot, but he's exhorting the early church in Philippi to rejoice anyway. So thriving churches are intentional about providing opportunities other than Sunday morning for people to connect to the divine, recognizing that not everybody resonates in the same way. In the study group that's just wound down last night, people had all kinds of different kinds of opportunities to connect to the Spirit, all kinds of ways to pray. Each week they had homework. Most of us, including me, have very busy lives, and perhaps we don't think we have room to squeeze prayer or some other spiritual practice in. I am as guilty as the next person. When faced with my long to-do list, I just want to get it done. I don't have time for prayer. And yet, when I skip connecting with God, I might not notice it immediately, but within a few days I do. My list, which really is primarily my ministry with my congregation, it seems to become insurmountable. And not only that, becomes a burden rather than the joy that it usually is. Consistent spiritual practices, habits, disciplines, whatever you want to call them, help us stay grounded when the going gets tough. They help us to connect to something beyond ourselves. They not only help us connect us to the divine, which has traditionally been thought of as up, right? But also to the earth. And this Earth Week, the very ground beneath our feet, earth that is in desperate need of healing and care. When we connect our bodies, minds, and spirits with one another and with God, that spills out onto the world, to everyone we meet. We feel connected, and indeed, we feel grounded. So what is your spiritual practice? Do you have one? Would you like to try one or try a new one? If you leave a comment, I'll send you some. Blessings on your day.